Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 330 to Go High School Football Show. I am Mike Voorhees, and we have finally made it to Week 11. The playoffs are such a magical and super exciting time for all the teams in the 330 area that have made it. And Friday night, folks, we have a huge backyard rivalry game. It is a rematch from Week 9 in the regular season. It is my honor and privilege to be able to bring on to the show Revere Minutemen head football coach, Bobby Nickol. Coach, how are you? Week 11, we've made it. How you feeling?
Fantastic. It's nice to be here. I appreciate you having me on. It's really just kind of re-energizing. You get towards the end of the season, and you're just kind of grinding it out, trying to get kids, get them healthy and get them going. And now it's kind of like just fresh air coming in Week 11. So we're looking forward to it. And again, glad to have me on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, the new season starts now. Obviously, Division III Region 10 is where Revere is. And your opening round matchup against a very familiar foe, a backyard rival in the Copley Indians. It'll be at Copley High School on Friday, a team that beat you in Week 9. What's the message been this week to the Minutemen? Once you found out it was Copley, what have we been preaching to the guys?
I think it's just like anything else. I mean, yes, it's a backyard rivalry. Yes, it's obviously a huge game. But look, at the end of the day, it's Week 11. For these seniors, it's do or die. Every single time they go out here from here on out could be their last time. We've reiterated that over and over again. Also, the fact of, look, I talked to them last week and I said I couldn't give you that game back. It's one of those games that we do, spend 364 days in both communities getting ready for. And when it was over with, it was over. And we were looking to move on. And kind of told them yesterday when we met for our scouting reports and everything, I kind of lied to you because you do have a second chance. Something that those seniors didn't think they get the opportunity. Well, it might not be for a bell or anything else. Doesn't matter because all it is now is to play on, to continue their careers here and get an opportunity to play against a great opponent and, hopefully show up a little bit better than we did back 2 weeks ago. So there's no extra motivation for it. These kids don't need it at this point in time. Just getting an opportunity to play in Week 11. It's a great opportunity, and we're looking forward to it. We're blessed to be headed over there on Friday night.
Coach, obviously a 6-4 regular season. What did you learn about your team this year?
Just in general, I've known this now 7 years as a head coach, 20 years in coaching. Kids are resilient. They really are. They just need a little bit of point in the right direction. And it's been a tough year. We started off pretty well. We've had a lot of injuries, but everybody does, so there's no excuses there. We've had to kind of change our offense a little bit in regards to what we're doing due to some of the injuries. Same thing defensively, but it's just resiliency. We lost a tough one earlier in the season at Talmadge. That I think in my first couple of years, kids would have really just had their heads down, and it would have been a struggle to kind of keep their heads right, get them moving forward. But they fought through that. We were able to come back and win against Barwood in the following week. And then a couple tough games, obviously, with our league. Two teams in Highland and Aurora, they're very difficult. Those games, you get out. It's not just getting out, but it's also getting out with enough healthy bodies. So we were able to persevere through that. And, now we're looking forward to getting into the second season, as we call it. And, we're just getting healthy bodies back and just trying to get our heads right and our bodies right, waiting to heading over to Copley on Friday.
Coach, offensively, you're led by senior quarterback Luke Ferris, junior running back Jalil Blanchard, and senior running back Rowan Klein. What do these three men mean to your offense right now?
Yeah, it's kind of been, like I said, it's kind of been a whirlwind here. We lost Rowan a couple of weeks ago there. So we've been kind of trying to make sure that we can just kind of, because anytime you start your season and like anything, you want to build your team around the parts that you have. You just don't build a system. The system's the kids. So we've changed some things up, some concepts that we've done. Thankfully, Jalil has come in and done a great job. He's a different type of back completely. Rowan's really that straight ahead, kind of more like we had with Zach Alecknowitz the last couple of years, just a gap running scheme. And Jalil's more of your burner, your guy that's going to run zone and get to the outside. And so we've just tried to facilitate things around them, and with an offensive line that's got 4 or 5 guys back from last year, And with Luke, there's not a whole lot to say about the kid. The kid's started 4 years now. He started over 30 high school football games. So there's not really any situation he hasn't been in. He got the opportunity to taste the playoffs last year. And so, these kids are ready. They've been in these games before now. Now it's just trying to get over the hump and get the school playoff win, which we haven't had in a very long time.
Well, I love it. Coach, when you hear these stats, I'm going to throw these stats at you. I'm sure you know them. 21 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, 6 forced fumbles, 8 fumble recoveries, 2 defensive scores, and 3 interceptions. What can you say about your defense?
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, we knew coming into this year that we were going to bank on our fronts on both sides of the football. And we knew defensive line-wise that, with Brody Bard and Joe Sunken, Elijah Seedor, Dylan Pollock, our inside backers, that's where we're going to be built. We're built to stop the run. It always kind of been a revered trend for way before I got here with Coach Sestone and Coach Papano before him. And so that's what we hang our hat on is, in high school football, you stop the run, you put pressure on the quarterback. Normally good things will happen. And we've really banked on the defense from the get-go. It started with Woodridge, in week 1, that was a complete just defensive, slobber knocker to say the least in a 7-6 game. And throughout the season, it's been running the football, playing good defense, and then making our timely plays in the pass game when we need to and trying to get some big plays here and there. And so we've done enough, but we know, with the opponent that we have and just how unbelievably explosive they are with all the great athletes, guys up front on both sides, it's going to take a lot. And so we've got to come out with a better game plan and just an overall better effort this week than we did back in week 9.
Coach, you speaking of your defense, in week 9, Gabe Mansell for Copley had a day. 6 touchdowns. What's been the message to your defense to try to slow him down and limit his playmaking ability?
Gabe's just a phenomenal player. I mean, I've got the opportunity to know him back when he was a freshman, and he's a stud. He's gotten so much better just day in and day out. And he's a type of football player. You don't stop him. You hear that all the time about great players. You hope to contain, you hope to push the ball to other guys and make them have to do some things to get kind of out of sorts to a certain degree. And we didn't do that. We did not do that. And he just absolutely tore us apart in week 9. And again, it came back to the fact that at the end of the day, I told the boys after the game was over with, we can make a lot of excuses to say things that they just beat us. They flat out beat us in week 9. They made the plays we didn't make. They were phenomenal on the offensive side of the ball. They did a great job coaching. And so we have just got to do a better job of coming out. And they were the team that didn't want to lose in week 9. They were the team that came out and really punched us in the mouth. And, we counterpunched, but we didn't do enough at the end of the day. And we've got to put more pressure on both sides of the ball to put ourselves in a better position, heading into the second half of that game and moving forward. And like I said, with a player like Gabe, he's just phenomenal. And then they got a ton of great McKnight and Baines and other guys around them. There's just a ton of talent over there. We just got to make things tough on them. And that's kind of what we talked about. It was one of those few games I felt like since I've been here that the physicality wasn't to what Revere football should be. And that's what we're looking to hopefully get back to here Friday night.
Can't wait. Friday's going to be awesome. Coach, I want to get your perspective on the Copley-Revere rivalry. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? What are you looking towards when you two guys do battle on Friday night?
To go to the not like, I think like anything as a head coach, you hate distraction because you are so just set in your ways. Everything we do is regimented from the time that we wake up on Saturday morning and start prepping for every aspect that we do in practice and things like that. And when it comes to a rivalry, it doesn't matter if it was here or other places I've coached. There's so many different things are thrown at you with stuff going on in the school, stuff going on outside on a daily basis, parents doing those things. Those are the things that it drives you up a wall. The aspects you love of it is just these are games you don't have to motivate the kids to play in. These are games they've wanted to play in since they were 7, 8 years old. They know every kid over there. Every kid over there knows every kid that we have. There's really very lack of information that comes out because you just know it. And, those guys coach to a high degree getting ready for this game. And we do the same over here. So it's just a ton of preparation to have it happen twice, just like that. It's kind of surreal in many ways. But like I said, it's just phenomenal. When I got over here 2.5 years ago, it was talked about nonstop of what this rivalry was. And throw the records out. The first 2 years, we weren't very good record wise. Last year a little bit better, but this year had a lot on the line. And now this one even has more on the line. So both communities will show up. It's going to be a phenomenal environment. We're looking forward to it. Now it's just getting focused over the next 72 hours to get ready for it.
Coach, before we let you go, you've got Minutemen Nation tuning in, listening to this and watching us. What would you like to say to the fans as they prepare for Friday night?
Yeah, just show up for the kids. The kids have been putting in the work since December 1st. It started 10 months ago in the weight room, and they've just done everything we've asked them to progress to where we were, a couple of years ago to where we are now. So we know they're going to come out and support us. They'll be there. They've shown up every single week for us this season. And so, just come out in this support. We're going to put on, our best effort no matter what. And like I said, we're looking forward to it, and we know the community is going to be there supporting us as well.
Well, guys, once again, before we let Coach go, it is the Revere Minutemen and the Copley Indians, Friday night, 7 p.m., Copley High School. We want to thank you, Coach Nickol, for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to us. We want to wish you nothing but the best of luck on Friday night and throughout the playoffs as well. And hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it, guys. Like always, I thank you guys for what you do for high school football and all of our athletes. Just getting the message and getting our kids out there. It's fantastic. So thank you, guys.